What's going on, guys? Jason here, back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for AEW Collision and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it then. With the first match is no disqualification match, Sammy Guevara versus Powerhouse Hobbs. By the way, I'm so kind of tired from yesterday morning, whatever and all that stuff. So hope I don't fall asleep during this. We're doing a review and all that stuff. So I'm still kind of tired, but I've been sleeping all day yesterday and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm good. I feel like But anyways, I'm okay. So let's go ahead and get to it then. Alright, Tony Schiavone, Kevin Kelly, and Nigel McGuinness join us on commentary and welcome us to the show. The theme for Sammy Guevara hits. Now comes the Spanish God for our opening contest, another disqualification match against Powerhouse Hobbs of the Don Callis family. Powerhouse Hobbs theme hits. Next out comes the author of the Book of Hobbs by himself. Commentators mentioned that everyone is banned from ringside in this no DQ match. The bell sounds, and for this one, Hobbs comes out strong, but it isn't long before the speed and the quickness of Guevara leads to the first offensive lead in the bout for the Spanish God. He knocks Hobbs out to the floor, and it's a big diving splash after talking into the camera about being a father now. Hobbs takes over on the floor and slams Guevara into the steel ring steps. Hobbs scoops Guevara up like an infant and repeatedly hits the world's strongest slam from the floor to the hard part of the ring apron. Hobbs heads over and bullies Kevin Kelly. Kelly gets scared and obliges when Hobbs demands he take his belt off and give it to him. Hobbs takes Kelly's belt and whips Guevara with it. Guevara fights back and takes the belt from Hobbs, and now he whips the hell out of Hobbs with it. And it hurts the way it sounds. Guevara grabs a chair, but Hobbs knocks him into the crowd back on the floor at ringside. Guevara hits a leaping cutter on Hobbs onto the steel ring steps. He heads under the ring and pulls out a table for a big pop. He gets the table at ringside. Hobbs charges at him and blasts him with another chair. Now we see Guevara reach out under the belt and under the ring and pull out a second table. He sets it up next to the original and heads to the top rope while Hobbs recovers on the ring apron. Outside the ring ropes, he leaves, but Hobbs catches him on the apron and then leaves himself, putting Guevara through both tables with the spine buster. As the fans go bonkers and chant, "Holy shit!" we head to a mid-match commercial break. As this entertaining no disqualification opener continues. When we return, we see Hobbs beating Guevara down. Guevara fights back and gets a beer bottle, which he smashes over Hobbs' dome. Two more tables are set side by side on the floor. Guevara lays Hobbs out across them and pulls out a giant ladder he sets up inside the ring, and then hits a big Jeff Hardy style flipping splash onto Hobbs, putting him through both tables, which immediately explode into a trillion toothpick splinters as fans chant, "Holy shit." Alright, back inside the ring, we see more chaos and sway en route to the finish of this one, which is another violent high spot. Another table is set up inside the ring, and Hobbs takes Guevara up the ropes. He leads off with him and connects with the world's strongest slam through the table for the pinfall victory. We head to another break. So yeah, the winner is Powerhouse Hobbs. Damn, sucks. Alright. When we return from the break, we see John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli backstage. Mox talks about FTR challenge the Blackpool Combat Club duo for a match at AEW Revolution. Mox goes on to accept the challenge. He then tells a callback to last week's and asks Claudio what he's thinking. Claudio chimes in with a few comments, and then this brief backstage segment wraps up. Alright, same match is FTR versus Shane Taylor Promotions. Now return inside the arena where we hear the Midnight Express sounding entrance tune for FTR. Now comes Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler to the ring for our next match of the evening. They settle inside as we see footage from last Wednesday of their backstage brawl with the BCC. The theme for Shane Taylor Promotions hits, and out comes Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty. The two head to the ring in all black and yellow attire. They settle inside the square circle, and the bell sounds to get some official running. Wheeler and Moriarty kick things off for the respective teams. FTR jumps into the early offensive lead. Moriarty tags in the big guy, and Shane Taylor helps shift the offensive momentum in his team's favor as we shift gears and to a mid-match commercial break as action continues. When we return, we see the Shane Taylor Promotions duo still dominating the action. Taylor hits a big knockout shot on Wheeler that nearly leads to a big upset. However, FTR recovers and hit a Doomsday Device double team spot for the pinfall victory. After the match, FTR responds to BCC's comments from earlier tonight. So the winners are FTR. Alright, next match is Thunder Rosa versus Lady Bird Monroe. We shoot to a video package building up tonight's big showdown between Brian Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club and Japanese veteran Jun Akiyama. When it wraps up, we return inside the arena and the theme song for Thunder Rosa plays. Out comes the former AEW Women's World Champion and the number 2 ranked contender in the current women's landscape. Already in the ring is her opponent, Lady Bird Monroe. Monroe is making her collision in ring debut. The bell sounds, and we're featuring this one. Rosa immediately takes the early offensive lead over Monroe. She hits a 2-1 bomb after a couple of minutes of dominating and picks up the easy win. After the match, we head to another commercial break. So the winner's Thunder Rosa. Alright, next is Bang Bang Scissor Gang for the Iron Savage versus the Iron Savages. When we return from the break, Renee Paquette is standing by Stokely Hathaway, Chris Statlander, and Willow Nightingale. Paquette brings up Sky Blue and Julia Hart's comments from last night. Chris Statlander challenges Sky to a one-on-one match and vows to beat her ass. After this brief backstage interview segment wraps up, we return inside the arena for the always awesome Bang Bang Gang ring entrance. After the Guns and Jay White come out and twirl around, the theme changes to the acclaimed theme music, and out comes Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Caster either messed up his freestyle or said something brief and kept it one line. It came off awkward, whatever it was. Yeah, I think he was trying to say something. I don't know what. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang sells in the ring for this multi-person match. Already in the ring are the Iron Savages. They are never announced or named by the commentators, and there are bodies all over the place. Billy Gunn and his sons, the Guns, are the three representing the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Eventually, one of the commentators is nice enough to point out the three guys, the Bang Bang Scissor Gang trio, are taking turns beating the crap out of. After a missing high spot on the floor from Colton Gunn, the Iron Savages take over. Following some more back and forth action, we see the Bang Bang Scissor Gang trio take over and finish this one off for the win. So yeah, the winner is the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Alright, we shoot backstage to Lexi Nair, who is standing by with the American Dragon, Brian Danielson. He talks about his match against Japanese legend Jun Akiyama, who he points out is Eddie Kingston's hero. He mentions Kingston will be on guest commentary for the match. He mentions how he respects Akiyama, but he doesn't respect Kingston. He brings up the stipulation Kingston added to their match at AEW Revolution, where the winner has to shake the hand of the winner and tells him he respects him. Alright, next match. Sorry. Hold on. He loses his cool and talks about how Kingston had a ton of potential and wasted it until the last year. He says that's why he's gonna beat him and take his Continental crown at Revolution. The backstage interview wraps up on that note. Next match is Malachi Black versus Brian Keith. Now we return inside the arena where the lights go out and the theme for the House of Black hits. Out comes Malachi Black for his first singles match in quite some time. He sells inside the square circle and his music dies down and the lights come back on. The theme for his opponent hits And next comes the bounty hunter Brian Keith. The commentators talk about his impressive outing in a losing effort against Eddie Kingston on Continental weeks ago, which led to Keith being signed by AEW. After they each settle in the ring, the bell sounds official on this one. We see Black dominating the fence, coming out of the um, gate in, and what starts off as a mostly one-sided match, we head into a mid-match break. When we return, we see the bounty hunter start to come to life, and he hits a seated power bomb for a razor close near fall attempt that nearly stole this one from the House of Black leader. Moments later, however, Black catches him with his roundhouse kick for the win. Once the match wraps up, Malachi Black's theme cuts off and the lights in the building go out. When they come back on, Mark Briscoe is in the ring with the candlestick. Brody King and Buddy Matthews hit the ring, but Briscoe takes them out with the candlestick. He blasts Malachi and pulls out the same spike that they stabbed him with last week to draw a scary amount of blood before he can use it. However, King and Matthews return to the ring and they take him out along with Black. We had to learn commercial break. So the winner is Malachi Black. Alright, next match is Serena Deeb versus Lady Frost. When we return from the break, we see Sting, Darby Allin, via package back inside the arena. Serena Deeb's theme hits and out she comes for scheduled women's singles action. She settles inside the square circle and her entrance tune dies down. Now the theme for Lady Frost hits and out she comes to take on Deeb on short notice as she is replacing the originally scheduled Kiera Hogan. Kevin Kelly explains this on the broadcast. Nothing. Kiera had a bit of the flu bug and was replaced shortly before the show by Frost. And also, yeah, she was sick. The bell sounds are officially running with this one. We see Frost using impressive athleticism to avoid the onslaught from Deeb, who actually to ground her and use her superior mat-based grappling skills. She eventually does exactly that. Deeb slaps a leg submission on Frost, and as she begins to crank away on the hold, Tony Schiavone talks us into a mid-match commercial break as the action continues shortly. After a return from the break, Deeb finishes this one off for the win via submission. After the match, she cuts a promo about how she's back to elevate the women's division and put the wrestling back in All Elite Wrestling. After this, we head to another commercial break. Alright, main event time is Bryan Danielson versus Jun Akiyama. As soon as we return from the commercial timeout, we hear the familiar sounds of Eddie Kingston's theme music. The Mad King emerges to a big pop. The AEW Continental Crown Champion heads down to join Tony Schiavone, Kevin Kelly, and Nigel McGuinness. On the call for our main event, fans chant Eddie, Eddie, as he takes his seat at ringside alongside Tony, Kevin, and Nigel. We then hear the equally familiar sounds of the theme for Bryan Danielson. Out comes the American Dragon and member of the Blackpool Combat Club to get a good reaction from the crowd. Danielson settles in the ring for our final match of the evening. Jun Akiyama's theme hits, and out comes the Japanese legend for his headline bout against Danielson. The commentators talk with Kingston about his admiration for Akiyama. The bell sounds, and we get some fish out running. Akiyama and Danielson mix it up early on, and after some early offense from the Japanese legend, we see the American Dragon ground him and start to utilize his superior submission-based skills. The commentators talked to Kingston about about Danielson's passionate comments earlier tonight about him wasting his potential. The Mad King takes a sarcastic remark about how he's got 3 titles right now, and boy, that's really wasting his potential. Meanwhile, we see Akiyama escape a Danielson submission and now has a BCC member grounded. Akiyama focuses his attack on the arm of Danielson. Danielson goes for a dive through the ropes, but runs into a big forearm from Akiyama as he soars through. On that note, we shift gears and head to into our final commercial break of the evening as the action continues in our main event with Akiyama taking it to Danielson at ringside, right in front of Kingston on commentary. When we return from the break, we see Akiyama still controlling the action, but not for long, as Danielson starts to come to life and take over. The two trade shots in passionate fashion, back and forth in the center of the ring. Danielson stalks Akiyama in the corner and his bu- buz- bazooka knee for the pinfall victory. He celebrates his win over Kingston's mentor and hero Akiyama right in front of the mannequin who stares dagger back at him from the commentary desk. Danielson then smirks and voluntarily shakes Akiyama's hand, uh, um, proving he respects him but not Kingston. He turns back and grills Kingston. He flips him off. He turns around and Akiyama, who saw that, slaps the hell out of Danielson in the face. Danielson pretends like he's sorry and looks to shake hands with Akiyama again. When Akiyama tries to, Danielson blatantly kicks him with the low blow. Kingston has finally seen enough, and he storms into the ring and takes Danielson down. He begins flirting on him with ground and pound pummeling the American Dream. Sorry, I'm sorry, the American Dragon. Until John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli of the BCC hit the ring to make the save for Danielson. The three beat Kingston down until the FTR duo of Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler run out to make the save. Tony Schiavone announced per Tony Khan that there will be a trios match on Dynamite next week with Eddie Kingston and FTR taking on BCC trio Danielson, Mox, and Castagnoli after the announcement is made this week's AEW Collision goes out the air on stuff. So yeah, it was a good match. I mean, good show. I mean, yeah, it was non-stop matches. Like goes after match. All that stuff. So yeah, this collision had non-stop matches. It kept going. So yeah. Anyways, it was a good show and stuff, and I enjoyed WWE Elimination Chamber, all that stuff. So it was good. I know it was a long morning, night, whatever you want to call it. Been up all night. So and yes, I slept all day yesterday. So I slept until AW Collision, before AW Collision started. So I woke up like at 6:45, which was yesterday night and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, all that stuff. So anyways, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if not, whatever. But like, subscribe, favorite, all that stuff. So anyways, I see you guys on, guess after Walking Dead or something's over, whatever. Anyways, that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.